Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kat. So lately there's been talk around Justin Bieber and his Ramsay syndrome. A lot of people are doing speculation videos and stuff like that. And I don't know a lot about that syndrome or virus. I do know from my own first-hand experience what having Bell's palsy, or what I considered to be Bell's palsy, is like. Back in November, I was going through like a really difficult time in my life. Severely depressed. I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't sleeping. I started to notice like this side of my face was a lot lower than this side of my face. I could really tell, like, with how my eyebrows sat, when I smiled, how my eyes looked, when I smiled, how my mouth looked, how I talked. The skin in my neck was dropping. And around that time, I was seeing my doctor at the methadone clinic. I was seeing my family physician, and I was seeing a therapist, and I was seeing a psychiatrist that all had me trying different medications and antidepressants and pulling me this way and pulling me that way, and none of them talked to each other. So I was being prescribed a medication from my methadone doctor, and I was being prescribed antidepressants from my family physician, and I was being prescribed medication from the psychiatrist, who told me to stop all current medications I was taking and try these new medications that I've never tried before. And you listen to your doctor. Like, you trust your doctor. You think that the doctor should know what's going on. And a lot of the time, they don't communicate with each other. They don't seem to know the interactions with certain medications, with other medications, how your methadone will interact with certain medications, how your own chemistry will react with certain medications. And it messed me up. Like, it messed me up. I knew personally that something was happening. I could see it in my face. I could see it. And when I talked to the doctor about it, like everything, she didn't believe me. I've had problems that have been ongoing for 10 years. And she's just like, oh, you're a hypochondriac. Get over yourself. And when you're told those things so many times, you start to feel like your problems are insignificant and that you can't go to that certain doctor for proper care. And I live in Ontario, and you have to, it's with under OHIP, and it's a really complicated process to find a doctor, because if you already have a doctor, and I've had this doctor since I was 12 years old, you figure by, I'm 44 now, in 32 years, your doctor would get to know you a little bit. Or is it 28 years? I don't know. In that certain amount of time, you think that your doctor would become accustomed to your personality, like the way that you are, the way you, like, just know you, kind of know you. And she treats me like I'm insignificant, like my problems are beneath her. That's very unfortunate when it comes to medical care. You want to be able to trust your doctor and have faith in the things that your doctor's doing are going to be beneficial to your care, not the grand scheme of generalized practicing for the whole of a human. You want your care to be personalized to you. You deserve that. They're your doctor. You think that whenever you're with a doctor that you will have personalized care revolving around you. It has to be like that, or otherwise, like, I can't go get the same kind of care that Nancy down the road is getting because we're two completely different people. Can't treat me with, with things that she's being treated for. So with that being said, if you want to change doctors, you have to de-roster, be unrostered without a doctor for a year, and then re-roster, and then try to find a new doctor, which is complicated. It's like finding a dentist. Nobody is accepting new patients. And we don't pay for our care personally, so it's under the OHIP, and a lot of times people's calendars are full with patients already. They're not taking on new patients. A lot of doctors are retiring, and not a lot of doctors are moving their practice here to nowhere, Timbuktu. They're just not. There's nothing here for people. So I stay under the doctor's care that I have, feeling insignificant, feeling like a burden. Like, what's the point in talking to her about anything, because everything is just swept away like I'm a hypochondriac. So the medications that I have been taking, like, I have bags and bags and bags and bags of medication that I have taken. Most recently, I've always taken clonidine for sleeping. I've been prescribed duloxetine. Paroxetine. Fluvoxamine. Lyrica. Prazosin, and the clonidine. Because I'm on ODSP, I usually get the generic brand of medications and not the name brand medications. OHIP doesn't like to pay for name brand medications, so you get subpar medications. And I was taking clonidine to sleep, which I've been on for the past 8 years for sleeping, or I get night terrors. And then all of a sudden, they decided to switch from Teva, which is name brand, to maybe I'm wrong, just a second. I have so many bottles that I lose them. I can't remember if Teva or Mint. Just a second. Yeah, Teva is, I think, the generic brand. Or Mint. I can't remember. But they switched off my clonidine from the name brand to the generic brand, and it brought on such horrendous night terrors that I was afraid to go to sleep. Like literally afraid to sleep. And I discussed it with my doctors, and they were like, yeah, I don't see it. Even though when I smiled, like, this eye closes more than this eye, and this, like, my teeth were like that. So when I smiled, it was like I was only smiling with this part of my face. It would be like this. And this eye was staying wide open. This eyebrow was like this much higher than the other eyebrow. And this side wouldn't go up all the way compared to this, and it was crooked. Like that. And I even talked to my mom about it. My mom laughed hysterically at me for about 5 minutes. Which was kind of hurt my heart a little bit. It's very hard to get people to believe you when things like that happen, but like, it happened, and it can happen. This is the bag of medication that I've had from doctors in the past couple of years. And when I say I've been on every single antidepressant, citalopram, sertraline, paroxetine, that's paroxetine too, oxybutrin, because I have hypohidrosis, citalopram, more citalopram. Every single one of these medications, sertraline, what's this one? Pantoprazole. I never even took one of them. Scary. Citalopram. Like so many different kinds of medications. Primogablin, which is Lyrica. What the hell is that? That's a freaking horse pill. Look at the size of that pill. It's a name that I can't even pronounce. Sulfatrin. I used to get like just random infections in my body when because I have a liver disease. And, you know, with all that, like everything, it takes a celebrity to bring awareness to a disorder that people have been dealing with forever. It's unfortunate. Just like placenta accretia that nobody knew about until Kim Kardashian had it, then it was brought into like mainstream. Meanwhile, I can't have kids anymore because at 26, I was diagnosed with placenta accretia, and my doctor didn't believe me and ended up ripping my placenta out and mutilating my body and had to have a full hysterectomy after that. Same doctor. Same doctor. I think I should find a new doctor. It's unfortunate that, that things like this can just happen to a regular person, not a celebrity, and it goes unnoticed. Like, I don't know if my face symmetry will ever be right again, but I know now I'm super afraid to take antidepressants, and just am left with the residue of being homicidal or suicidal, and people don't like to hear those words. It like ruins the fabricated reality they have of this plush life that's out there that not everybody else gets to experience. It's so sad. It's so sad. That went off in a direction I'm not really sure I wanted it to, but I did experience Bell's palsy. I know it's not Ramsay Hunt Syndrome, but it's facial paralysis from an unknown cause. That's what Bell's palsy is, right? Like, it's an underlying condition that is not yet found. Ramsay Hunt Syndrome is a syndrome that's usually brought on by herpes syndrome, and that's not what was happening with me. I do believe that when it happened to me, it was from mixing antidepressants and methadone and switching sleep medications to a generic brand, and it caused damage in my cerebral, cranial, facial muscles, and I think I don't even think my eyebrows are still normal. Let's see if I can find something. No, they're not. This one's drooped, and this one is normal. Even my eyes, like, it's frustrating. If you have conditions like this, let's talk about it. It doesn't take a celebrity to bring things out. Unfortunately, it has, but I'm here if you want to talk. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and come find me on my socials. Love you guys, and I'll see ya in my next video. I could talk about something else, but I'm not sure if it's related. So I'll save that for our next video.